What up, gang? Central Coast Disc Golf and Dynamic Discs are bringing you some more disc golf action. As always, Dynamic Discs is sponsoring a Dymax giveaway, so make sure to like and comment on YouTube for a chance to win. Speaking of DD, I saw Mr. DD himself, Eric McCabe, today, playing out at Masters Cup. Hopefully I'll catch him on Sunday on the league card. But anyway, let's watch some disc golf. Alright guys, Ian here from Central Coast Disc Golf, and we have a special guest commentator, Ben Baker.
Hey.
And Bradley Williams is hanging out back there too, right?
That's right.
There he is, if you can hear him. But we are at the 2014 Masters Cup, round 1. And they made a pretty sweet supercard for us, Ben.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beth, Wysocki, LeCastro, and Doss. Doesn't get much better than that.
Right, pretty solid.
Correct.
Yeah. Are they currently the 4 highest rated players?
If not, they've got to be pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to start off on hole 1, which is a double mando, pretty solidly uphill, and it gets pretty steep towards the basket. And tons of trees, tons of roots, low ceiling. It's a tough one, man.
Yeah. I'm a local player at De La Viega, and I still don't know how the heck to play this hole.
Paul Macbeth looks like he might have kind of an idea, though.
That's right. I have seen a lot of Masters Cups, and you get under that log or over it, and a little bit of fade at the end.
Yeah. Beautiful drive from Paul. Ricky looks like he let go a little early, got a little high, got knocked down.
Yeah.
It's going to make him a tough up from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of trees.
A lot of roots.
Not an easy par save if you hit something early.
Nate Doss on the box. Ripping out his drive. Ooh, caught a tree and kicked left, but he did make the mando.
You made the mando?
Yeah. So we're looking at Ricky's second shot. So he's going to throw a forehand here.
But you can putt from there, but that's a tough putt.
Yeah, uphill and pretty long. Looking at Nate's second shot. And he hit a tree as well. Also putting for a par save, though. Looking at Nico's second here. And he tagged a tree, too.
You don't really want to run that if you might go right and hit a tree, roll.
Ricky's par save attempt goes just off the top. Good run from there.
Yeah.
Nate to try and save his par. Oh, front rim banger.
Yeah, just a little bit short.
Yep. And Nico to try to save his par. Oh.
Another close one.
Yeah.
You got a little space behind it.
I would expect Nico to make those most of the time.
Yeah, it's not like a downhill.
Yeah. So Paul Macbeth, after a sick drive, has this for birdie.
Very nice.
Paul Macbeth doesn't miss putts.
No, and he's good at the technical things like that where you have to stretch out
Yeah.
in the comfort zone.
Very true. So a Doss off the top of the basket. It's going to take a 5. Ricky to save Bogue.
Solid.
Yep.
So this group, for how good they are, they had a tough time on this hole.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It just shows you how hard this hole is.
Yeah. And, first hole of a big tournament, maybe there's some jitters.
Yep, absolutely. There's Nate tapping in his 5, Nico tapping in his 4. Brad, weren't you giving Ricky some crap for not warming up?
Yeah, that's right. Come on, Rick.
Got to practice some throws before your tourney starts. All right, Paul with the lone bird. Everybody else had a little trouble. And that's going to bring us to hole 2, which is super duper uphill. Dogleg left, and then it kind of straightens out a little bit, and the basket's on the edge of a cliff. So running any putt is really dangerous.
It says 288 feet, but there's no way to go in a straight line.
Right, yeah, it plays so much longer. Yeah, very true. So Paul Macbeth throwing a Star Destroyer up there and gets a pretty decent skip. And he's going to come up a little short, though. He's kind of by that big tree up there.
Yeah, that's a good place to be. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that could go wrong on this hole.
Yeah. I like the shot from Ricky. I think it's a good shot to get there.
Oh, yeah.
The Annie forehand flex, and I just don't think he's flexed back.
But it got out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's up the hill, and he's going to have... Should be an easy par from right there.
Which is a very tough sidearm shot.
Yeah. Nico throwing the big hyzer line, and he's actually like 12 feet short right on line. Really nice drive.
Yeah.
And Doss is up next. Throwing the same line as Nico, throws it a little tighter though. And he finishes a little short left. So Paul had a dangerous putt, so he just laid up for a smart 3. And this is Doss from off to the left, his second shot.
Yeah, I've seen the pros lay up from 20 feet almost on this hole because it's just the cliff right behind it which is to the left of the screen here.
Yeah, it drops off really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky comes up just short on his birdie putt. Nico has no problem with this, though.
Ooh, but maybe
What's he doing?
is he in pain?
I don't know.
Mad about something?
You're supposed to be happy when you make birdies, I thought, right?
It looked like, boy, I would be happy, but I imagine there's something else going on.
That's an amazing, that's a super hard hole.
I'm like, oh man, I just made a really cool birdie, but
Oh, whatever.
yeah, I'm certain there must be something he's mad about that's not
Yeah,
related to the drive or the putt, because those were both pretty good.
they were. So Nico had that lone bird, and we're going to be on hole 349. This one's pretty downhill. I've seen a lot of different shots. I've seen backhand rollers, mid-ranges right up the middle, or the forehand with a nice high-speed driver. All work. What do you usually throw, Ben?
Well, I like Kevin of Central Coast Disc Golf favor the forehand almost exclusively off the tee.
Nice, nice.
So I really like the high forehand route here, where you go over the first tree that you see obstructing the fairway.
Nico threw a nice roller right there.
Yeah, boy, the roller is kind of the old school thing.
Yeah, I've seen Climo throw that before.
And I see a lot of the old school day law guys. They're not old, they're old school. I just want to say.
Right on, man.
I love you guys.
Well, Paul threw his rock 3 and didn't quite get enough turn on that. He finished pin high. It was kind of a putt.
And here's Rick taking the route I like.
Yeah, buddy. Rips
Sure, he
it
probably does
way
it
out
better
there.
than me.
Yeah. Not many people throw a better forehand than Ricky Wysocki.
But he might have caught something on the left.
Yeah,
there.
he caught that tree coming in.
But yeah, Nate, I wonder if he's doing the roller too.
Yeah, it looks like he's lining up for it. Yep. Throwing it down.
Yep.
Looking good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, caught that tree right there.
It's an interesting shot because you're almost just kind of hoping for luck that it hits one of those trees at the end.
Yeah.
You don't really want to miss everything like you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can have one that just curls perfectly, and maybe
Yeah,
that's
I've seen
really what people are trying to do.
Yeah. So Nate was trying to lay up, caught a tree, and this is Rick for 2. Just missed the basket there. And Paul has about a 35-footer for birdie.
He's got it, right? It's Macbeth. Oh!
Chain basket, no love.
That was harsh.
It was. Ricky, do you save par? No worries there.
Putt?
Yeah.
Rick has a real unique stance and style of putt.
He does, yeah. Kind of developed his own thing, it seems like.
Yeah.
Oh, Nico with another front rim banger on a birdie putt.
Jeez. I mean, I would have growled after that one, maybe.
Yeah, right? Nate Doss to save par.
Just up and over.
Yeah, nice putt. He kind of has a lot of those putts.
Nate, also a very unique style.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a crane stance sometimes when he fully gets into it.
Mm-hmm. There's Paul tapping in his par, and Nico will reluctantly tap in his par at some point. There it is. Not stoked, but
See what we got. -1, +1, 0, and 2.
yeah.
Macbeth off to an early lead, and
Yeah.
geez, it's not even Sunday.
But that's going to bring us to hole 4, 390 feet. And this was interesting. There's a canyon off to the right of the fairway pretty much the entire way. Kind of a slight dogleg left.
The story anybody wants to tell you who plays day law is that Greg Barsby has the roller ace on this hole that
Is
happened
it?
in the Masters Cup.
Wow.
And he went on to win. He
Really?
was on lead card. Yep.
Wow.
And Nate Doss also had an ace on hole 21, which unfortunately they're not playing this year, but
Wow.
same group, lead card. It was amazing.
Wow.
Final day.
So I think the shot here I like is the forehand roller. Is that what you throw as well?
Yeah, I throw it.
It's safe. It's going to finish off to the left, not down the canyon.
Ricky's looked really good. It's
Yeah.
a tricky shot because you really don't want it to go right.
Yeah.
But if it turns over left too early, it sets you up for a tough second shot.
Yeah,
And
very
already really tough hole.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of trees, and it's all hard pan when you're going towards the basket.
Yeah.
So Nate hit an early-ish tree, and this is his forehand approach. It gets a little high. Almost got it there.
The reason you see so many forehand rollers here is that the fairway is just so obstructed by trees and
Yeah.
the branches.
Ah, really good point.
But, so a lot of players, it's out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
This hole just seems to play tough for everybody.
Yeah. Macbeth threw a pretty decent forehand roller.
Yeah.
He got down there.
I mean, as someone who throws forehands a lot and I have a really weak backhand, I throw forehand rollers a lot, so it makes sense to me. But to see players like this doing it,
Yeah.
it shows that it's a tough hole.
Look where Ricky got on his forehand roller.
It looked good. It
Unbelievable.
really
Yeah,
did.
you called it, man.
Oh, yeah. Because it's really got to have some right slope for it to get all the way down the fairway.
That is a really good point.
It's got to roll like 300 feet downhill.
Yeah.
Very tough hole.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I think
Yeah.
there's Marty with the cameo, right?
Was
The
it? I
PDGA Marty.
think that was Marty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
Oh, Marty hooked up the quadcopter video you saw in the intro. Thank you for that, Marty.
it's, that's really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Get that for whole previews. That'd be so sweet.
I'd love to see that be a part of more videos in disc golf.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
can start working that in. I know they're expensive.
Nate with a bogey save. Paul's tapping in his par. And Rick with that sweet birdie.
Yeah, way to get himself right
Don't
back
see a
in
ton.
it.
Don't see a ton of birdies on hole 4.
No, not at all.
Yep. We're going downhill now. We're going back uphill again, Ben.
That's right.
Hole 5 significantly uphill. It's 318, but it probably plays like 400, 430, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to get over those trees, and you're throwing uphill.
The real trick is you got to throw it so far just to get to the trees that are in the way.
Yeah, exactly. There you can see that's the pole of the basket.
That's it.
Yeah. You can't see the basket, but you can see the pole.
Like, it should be right there in front of you.
Yeah. So Ricky definitely has the power to get there, and he does.
Backdoor, but he got the roll.
Yeah, kind of a bad roll, but
He was probably about 5 feet when he got that roll.
yeah, exactly. So he's still about 20, 25 out. Not too terrible at all. Nico looks like he didn't put enough on that, which is interesting. He did come down though. So Paul Macbeth with his drive. That's looking like a really nice line.
That might go in.
Yeah.
Wow. That must have cut right in front of it.
Yeah.
Right on line.
Mm-hmm. Nate Doss can definitely get there too. So he takes a different line, Ben. Kind of an Annie line at it.
Yeah, it's, probably the shortest distance you have to go, but
True.
you run the risk of getting caught in that little bush just over 2 meters high. It's almost not worth it.
Yeah, and that's what happened to him right there.
He did get OB
Yeah, he
there.
got 2
oh
meters.
my gosh.
Yeah, so Nico came up just short on that birdie putt, and here's Nate to save par.
Oh, great.
Bounces another one in. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
So look at Ricky's putt. What is he doing?
So this is the horseshoe.
The horseshoe putt?
Yeah.
Really interesting. He's using it to straddle around this tree. It bangs it.
Wow. That's,
Super
that's a
cool.
tricky putt.
I like
Kind of
that.
like I was talking about with Paul earlier.
Tricky Ricky?
Making tricky Ricky getting out of some sticky situations.
Yeah. Look at Paul's drive coming back towards the basket for his birdie. No problem.
Very nice.
Yeah. And Nico's going to tap in his par.
No problem. It doesn't look at.
No, not so much. Nico has high expectations for himself. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. See Nico pretty hard on himself sometimes out there.
Yeah. So Paul and Rick with some nice birds. It's going to bring us to hole 6. Now we're going back downhill again, Ben?
Yeah. 5 and 6 kind of cross each other at an angle, and you have the strong uphill with the slight downhill. But it's a 400-foot hole that makes people feel like they can throw far when they're just starting.
That's really true.
Oh, Jesus, my record throw. Well, it's downhill.
So Rick didn't give that quite enough air and kind of anteed into the ground. There is OB right behind the basket, maybe like 5 to 6 feet in the road.
Yeah,
So-
it's a really cool hole because it's wide open, except for you've got this OB trap on the right and behind it.
Oh yeah, there's that trench off to the right of the basket that's OB as well, correct?
So for a long time, beginning to intermediate players, you're just trying to reach it, and at least you have a lot of space to play with and kind of work on getting some distance with your throw and keeping it in the middle. But then when you get power like that, the OB comes into play behind it and to the right.
Beautiful drive
That
from
was
Nico right
sneaky,
there.
just right under the branch.
Yeah, right in line. I think he's maybe like 15 feet short.
Oh, and of course the telephone pole on this play.
Yeah, it's a magnet, right, for discs.
Oh my gosh, I've seen so many just hit it.
Nate looks like a really nice throw with his TI Buzz. Going right towards the basket.
Back left at the end?
Oh,
Oh wow, that is a brutal kick.
that kicked OB.
Now Nate being a Daylaw local, you'd think he'd get more low.
I know, right?
That was harsh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that was not a friendly kick. So Paul is about 50 out, and this is a dangerous putt. The OB right behind the basket. Let's see if he runs this. Wow, he does.
Oh, sit down.
Ooh.
That is really playing with fire right
Yeah,
there.
that one nestled in that. You got the world champ love on that one right there. It stayed in bounds.
Well, there's some more world champ love.
Yeah,
Nate.
Nate. Yep, putting a really nice par save after the OB stroke, and so Nico has this for birdie. Bit of a death putt if he air mails it, but It's only like 15, 20 footer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
See, that putt can just really get in your head. He's
Right.
got the OB right behind him. If he misses metal completely, he's, I'd
Yeah.
say, more than 50% likely to end up OB.
Yeah. He would have got a stroke on the whole card as well.
Jeez.
So Paul coming back for his par. And there's Nico with another reluctant par.
I believe I heard the term non-plus
Yes.
a bunch on
yes.
your show.
Yes, I've definitely used that term before. But Paul still got that 1-stroke lead over Rick. And it's going to bring us to hole 7, 395. This is a tough hole. It's pretty flat for about 200, and then the other 195 are all downhill on hard pan with a fairway that's narrowing on both sides with bushes and trees.
Probably one of the toughest holes on the course in
Yeah.
the long position. See what Rick does here.
So he's-
You know, if that faded more left,
yeah,
but you gotta make it so straight for so long
yeah,
that even for the top pros, it's a tough shot.
it really is.
Oh, Paul just looks like it was too high out of his hand, but it
Yeah,
kind of
didn't it?
is coming back.
Yeah, it kind of worked, but it's not what he was looking for right there.
No,
I saw Paige Pierce birdie this last year.
Really?
Yeah,
You know,
really
she's
impressive.
got crazy power for a 395 foot straight shot.
Yeah,
That's really
I think she threw an M4 too.
good. Mid range.
Mid range, right?
I could probably throw a mid range 200 feet, halfway to the basket.
Really nice looking drive from Nico right there. Maybe just a touch right of what he wanted. And Nate Doss taking the local route right here. Did you see that?
Oh wow, just playing with fire.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much, not as hot,
Yeah.
but
So Paul's upshot downhill with hard pan, and I don't know if you noticed right there, and I didn't even notice filming, but he told me it nicked the branch on the way out, which caused it to go nose up, and that's why he floated long.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
So he got kind of lucky on his kick.
Well,
Once he hit it.
Yeah, it went. Yeah, I guess it could have been worse, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially at this place.
So this is Nico for birdie, super death
Oh,
putt.
is it gonna roll? It will,
Ooh.
but not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Nate Doss from the shrubbery. Let's see. Maybe caught something not coming out or just laid up, not quite sure. And Ricky to save a par. Downhill, bit of a death putt.
Death putt for sure.
Yep, bangs it though. There's that cliff like 10 feet past the pin, something like that. Yeah, it's nasty.
You wouldn't want to airmail it or have it
Yeah.
spit out on its side.
Not so much. McBeast for par. Oh.
Yeah, that hill is a pretty steep one.
Yeah, he was kind of dealing with that branch as well. And Nico is coming back towards the pin for his par. Oh, nice putt there.
Good putt. Low ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Kind of favors his putting style almost, the low straddle, you know?
Yeah, you know, it's I think it's harder to generate power maybe than a full body swing through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's likely to hit that hyzer.
Yeah. Paul taps in his bogue and a par from Nate.
It's like almost a tap in. But
Yeah.
you see the signature style there of Nate.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and I think they've silhouetted it before on maybe one of his discs or something.
Oh, that's cool. So,
Yeah.
yeah, with the unfortunate bogue. And up next, hole 8. Another narrow tunnel shot with, this one has OB left and long of the pin. This is another tough hole, low ceiling,
Yeah.
and a really dense brush off to the right, almost the whole way. And then you can see the basket. And Ricky Wysocki has the box. Heiser flipping mid-range here for a putter. Do you know what that is, Brad?
I don't know. Probably a putter.
Yeah? It looked like it. And for a beautiful
Long
shot.
throw for a putt.
Yeah. Nico with his drive. Also looking really nice. Brad, I heard you hit a sniper branch on this hole.
Oh, yeah.
No fun?
No fun. Trees really reach out for you on this one.
There are quite a few branches sticking out in the fairway. Nate Doss ripping his TI buzz on a really nice line.
Wow.
Go
Go
in!
in.
Ooh.
Oh,
Really good looking shot. Paul McBeth throwing a Champ Rock 3. Oh, that's got a little too much turn.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, it gets pretty downhill and nasty down there. He didn't go too far. You can see where he was, and that's where the basket is.
Looks like he's still got the open window from there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rough down there.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. It's a phrase you hear
Yeah.
a lot at Dale.
Right. So that was a really nice out from Paul right there. And Nico has his 20-footer for bird.
Oh my gosh, he really short on that.
Ah,
Oh yeah, he's mad.
just not putting like Nico can.
Nope. Not his day. Well, so far.
Yeah. Nate with a nice birdie. And Ricky has pretty much a tap in as well. Some really nice drives from those guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
They
a
make
really
it
tough shot.
make it look a lot easier than it really is to throw. Downhill straight for that long.
Kind of like the last hole, but it's a different set of circumstances. The canyon plays a little different. It's gives you a little bit of an air bounce.
So Ricky got a 1-stroke lead over Paul now, and he's down to -2. Gonna bring us to hole 8A. Pretty good dogleg right, canyon just behind the pin and off to the right of the fairway the entire way, and there's a lot of trees. It's a tough hole. It's short, but it's really technical.
Yeah.
I can see the basket right there.
I don't see a lot of pros throw the sidearm on this hole.
No, you kind of finish this a little too far right.
There's
Worry
a
about
hard
going down the
canyon.
canyon. Yeah, it's steep. Rick throws the
Oh, that
ante
could
at
go
it.
in, maybe a little short,
Oh my gosh.
but that's right close to the canyon.
I was filming the Masters card and Steve Gantz hit the cage.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
almost got an ace. Oh,
Pretty cool.
that was Doss, right?
I think so. Yeah. just now.
that went down to the right. He went down the canyon.
It's such a tricky one because you really don't want to turn right the whole way.
Yeah, you want that flex at the very end.
Yeah. But it can't go too far left or right. It has to hold a pretty skinny line.
Yep.
Like that. Just like that.
Yeah, Paul with a really nice drive. Did go down the hill a tiny little bit, but
Is
not
that
too bad at
Paul?
all.
Maybe
That's
it was
Doss.
turned over.
That's Doss down there.
Oh, that's Doss. Wow.
Yeah, that tiny blue dot at
Oh.
the bottom of the hill.
Oh my gosh. And it was a great shot that we got snafu'd.
Yeah, so this is going to be his par attempt. Oh, really nice putt.
And Nate,
He had a hyzer that putt he was telling me to get around to that tree.
just to get around a tree
Yeah.
and up the hill.
He's usually an anti-putter, you know?
Yeah, that was definitely outside of his normal style.
Nico for bird. Slings that one in there. Yeah. Guess the other putts are just too easy, maybe.
Yeah.
Macbeth with a birdie as well.
Nico's like, give me a challenge already.
Yeah. And Ricky tapped in his birdie. He was parked just past the basket. Yep. Bringing us to hole 9. And I like to throw a hyzer flip and get some turn around those trees and hope it fades back at the end. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a pretty common line here. This is a really tricky hole.
It is. There's a canyon off to the right if you get a crappy kick. And
We'll see
here
what
is...
Rick tries.
Yeah.
There's also a way to kind of go straight through him. That might be kind of the route he's going.
Yeah, it looks like
If you
it.
get over that tree right in the middle there,
Wow.
and wow, yeah, thread the needle.
Yeah. Beautiful drive from Ricky.
I think Ricky splashed out for ace on this hole last year
Did you really?
in the Masters Cup.
Wow. Nico with a good looking pull. Oh, just caught that tree.
Yeah. Nonplussed.
Almost got punched right there, man.
Yeah, I mean, we need bodyguards.
Paul's throw looks like it didn't get quite enough turn. Kicked out for a putt, but it's going to be a long one, about a 40-50 footer. It looks like Nate's throwing that TI buzz again,
Yeah, when it's on, it's on.
right? That's a beautiful looking shot.
Oh.
Oh my God,
He just-
another nasty kick for
Some of
Nate.
that gap, 1 foot one way it's parked, 1 foot another, and
Yep.
oh, can I save par?
Yeah, seriously. That was a really good out from where he was. And Nico's got a pretty long birdie look. It looks like he's running it.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, wow. Came pretty close.
Yeah.
Macbeth from a little closer. Probably about 50 out.
These are the kind of putts you have to get a little creative on.
Yeah.
See, yeah, he clipped those branches, I think.
Yep, yeah, I did just a little bit. So Nico coming back towards the basket for his par.
Oh, there it is.
Nice putt. And I think they're finally going to let Ricky putt.
Yeah.
That was a pretty nice drive.
Oh, man, yeah.
Wow, what a nice bird from Rick.
Making it look easy.
Indeed. And Paul tapping in that par. Along with Nate. Wow. Ricky opening up a little lead over Paul.
Yeah,
Two
he's off to a
strokes.
good start.
It really is. And up next, hole 10. Par 3, 347 feet. Really straight with just a slight dogleg right at the very end. And there's the road, which is OB to the right of the basket. Right?
Yeah, there's it's probably 50 feet right of the tee pad. Maybe not even that much.
Yeah.
Maybe more like 30. And then where the basket is, it's more like 10.
Yeah. So Ricky piping that forehand right down the middle and gets kind of an unfortunate tree kick.
There's a few different ways to play the forehand here. I like the wide route because it
Yeah.
tends to give you a good chance for par if you mess up a little.
Yeah. Nico
You
throws
hit
that.
something early on the skinny route.
Yeah. Nico throws that Annie backhand and came up a little short. Ricky's the only one I see throw that forehand up the middle.
Yeah, some locals do it.
Do they? Okay.
But it's risky.
Yeah. Looks like Paul Macbeth agrees with you,
Ball's
Ben.
going wide. Yeah. It's that third tree. If you
Oh.
sneak around it,
Almost. That was not a bad kick, though.
I think he did hit something
Yeah.
behind that.
Yeah.
Didn't
He barely kissed that tree.
he? Yeah. Most of the times you get around all three of those in a line,
Uh-huh.
you're good as long as it doesn't go too far left.
You get some fade.
Like that's too far left.
Okay.
But
It's working
maybe
back.
not. Maybe not. It snuck in.
Yeah. Nate told me he's throwing us force on that one.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Force is really overstable driver.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was Ricky's second shot. He almost made that. That was off the cage. Nico with his second. Not bad. He's there for a par. And this is going to be Paul for a 2. Probably about 45, 50 feet.
Ooh.
Sick
That's I
putt.
get to be back-to-back world champ.
Right?
Putts like that.
Yeah, you can those, and good things happen. And then Nate from just a little bit closer. And the road is behind the basket, but it's probably about 15 feet. Oh.
Ooh.
He did stay in bounds,
Maybe
though.
it's a little more than 10 now
Yeah.
that I look at it again,
Yeah.
but not by too much.
No, yeah, he was about 2 feet in.
Oh man,
Yeah. But saves a 3 right there.
he's doing the woodpecker. That's a good move.
Nice, nice. And then Nico taps in his par, and here comes Rick to tap in his par.
Actually, the best way to make the woodpecker sound effect is to do the face of the putter against your hat.
Yeah.
It makes a very good cluck, cluck, cluck.
Pro tips from Ben.
I'm not making that noise. Right. I need a putter and a hat right now.
So Paul got a stroke on Ricky right there. And up next is hole 11, 369, straight tunnel shot for days. And there's this one jerk branch that kind of looms out in the fairway.
Yeah.
And gets really nice looking shots and just hates on them.
Yep. But I imagine it feels pretty good to miss it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know because I don't even usually get it that far.
Paul Macbeth with a really nice drive. Fades out just a little earlier than he wanted, but he's going to have a putt at it. And Ricky is throwing a forehand on this hole, which I don't see very often.
Just look at that line.
Oh, look at that skip.
Perfect skip.
Oh, my God. And he is under the basket, man.
That's just incredible. This
God.
hole is so tough.
Wow. Making it look way too easy. Nico with his pull. Heiser flipping, getting a little too much turn, but he's up there in the fairway. I'd take that every time.
Yeah. There's a narrow gap up the middle, and then there's a bunch of trees to the left along
Mm-hmm.
the whole distance of the hole.
Nate almost piered it.
Yeah.
So close. And another nasty
So you
kick.
see, he's off to the left, and now he's got to deal with all these trees to get around.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like he laid it up pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice Annie up right there.
But he's not. You're not always so fortunate with the lie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good place because he had some open room.
Oh, Nico thought he
Oh,
had that
man.
one. And here's Paul for his 2. Probably about a 45-footer.
Oh
Oh.
man, he hit something.
Hey, he had a tree right there.
Creative. Got to be creative with the putts.
Yeah, that Dayla, that is definitely true. Doss with a nice par save.
Yep. He's been there before.
That's for sure. Paul with his.
Yeah, Nate grew up playing day off since he was really young.
Yeah, I was talking about that. Nico taps in his par, and Ricky has a drop-in birdie. Don't hit your head, dude.
Wow. Wow.
Impressive.
One day.
Right.
Maybe, in my dreams. I'll work on dreaming it.
Yeah. Let's have realistic goals, Ben.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Nice. Up next, hole 12, 350 feet. This is really another tough hole. You're throwing across this huge canyon, and you're throwing through this gap, and you want to throw kind of an ante and have it fade back right before you lose sight of it.
Well, he's going.
That looks like a good shot
Rick's
from Ricky.
got just that shot.
Wow.
Look
Oh,
at the branches.
just caught those branches. Still not a bad look from there. Should be easy par.
Yeah, this hole sometimes it doesn't end up where you think it will.
That is really true. Yeah.
There's a lot of roots and a hillside right in front of the basket.
And that looked like a perfect shot from Paul, and he is under the basket.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You see those? There's that orange dot on the tree. This is
Right.
often called wind chimes.
Uh-huh.
There's some wind chimes up there.
So the basket's underneath that, basically?
Yeah, but it also you can think you're going too far right, and then maybe it comes back a little.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause
It's
still
actually
gonna
to the
fly.
right of the orange dot.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of near where the other tree is that you see.
Gotcha. So this is where Rick kicked down from the tree, and he's got this for a bird.
Ooh, that's close.
Yep. So Nico, I couldn't find him. He was over there in the bushes somewhere.
Yeah.
That was his out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It worked. I
Yeah.
saw the shot.
So Nate actually went long. Has that for birdie and just kisses off the
Oh.
chains. That was such a good looking putt.
Where was I heard a story about someone who, I think today, hit the wind chimes, it dropped and hit the basket.
That'd be
Didn't
pretty
go
cool.
in.
Ricky taps in his par. Nate's gonna tap in his par, and that's Paul's red orange disc underneath the basket, man.
Wow.
But pretty good.
Textbook.
Yep. Doesn't get much better than that unless you put it in the cage.
Yep. And that's pretty tough.
Yep. Nico taps in his par. Paul Macbeth with the lone bird gets a stroke on Rick.
Those are hot starts by Ricky and Paul, 5 and 4.
Yeah, playing really well.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. And that's going to bring us to hole 13, I-5. Toughest hole on the course. Huge dogleg left. The fairway's open until you get to that tree line, and then it's just trees, roots, and...
Gotta be one of the toughest par 3s in all of disc golf.
Right? I would think so.
550 on a line that you can't hit.
Yeah.
You have to go along the fairway.
Oh my god, look at this throw from Paul.
And you can try to lay up on the fairway and go over the trees with your second shot, but no matter what,
It's
you're
tough.
throwing it more than 550 feet.
Yep.
2 shots.
Ricky with a good looking drive.
So this is just huge shot.
Wow.
Just to get
Slipped
that far
through
in the tunnel. is
all
incredible.
those trees.
Yeah.
And he's about actually 45 feet from the pin. He's got to look for birdie, which is just unbelievable.
Yeah. That's a huge shot.
Wow.
And then Nico.
Nico.
It's like more of the same.
Right?
You know, you don't see
Unreal.
it that often at disc golf.
Those are some great shots.
I see people hit the tunnel, but not usually that far in.
Mm-hmm. Nate Doss looks like that one turned a little more than he wanted,
He's
but it's
laughing about something.
yeah, it's still working. He got down there. So this is where he is. The
No, this is part of the hole. Is this maze of trees once
right
you get in there?
spider web of trunks, but
It looked like he just threaded the needle
didn't he?
again.
That was
right
really
through those
yeah,
branches.
really nice up. So Paul actually kind of went long right, and he's coming back
That
towards the
was a
basket.
cool little Annie. That gap might be a little tighter than it looks.
Mhm, yeah, that was a
it's
nice
tough.
up. So Nico, this is gonna be his putt for 2, which would be pretty impressive. Oh, just off the pole
And here's Rick for 2.
for 2.
It's an exclusive club.
Unbelievable.
It really is.
It's about 45 out.
What shot?
Bang bang.
He's in the club.
Unreal. I'm pretty sure
think-
that's the first birdie on film. I'm
On that
gonna
hole.
throw it out there. Oh yeah.
I've seen birdies on film. Of that hole, no.
No, of that hole, not so much.
And I don't even know if I've ever heard of someone doing it in a tournament. No, I think Tony Tran did it.
Did
I think Tony Tran did it.
he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Really-
it's still pretty exclusive.
Crazy impressive. So Rick opens up that lead to 2 over Paul.
This hole always sneaks up on people because you just get through one of the toughest par 3s anywhere, and this hole
Yeah.
is not that much easier.
No, it's really not. There's a lot of different options. You can. Ricky's
Don't
throwing
hear
a
about a lot
4.
of birdies on this hole.
No, you really don't.
No.
I don't
And
think I've seen any.
Do
Actually.
hear about a lot of bogeys.
Yes. So Rick threw that forehand up the gut.
Yeah, this hole gives you basically, well, there's a few options. you know, but if you go up the middle, you're taking a big risk. Because if it hits one of those and goes left, that's super rough.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to see
Yeah, there's
par
that
from
canyon
there.
off to the left right here off the tee
Nico
pad.
did save par last year with
That
an
was an
amazing second shot.
Agreed.
But
Not what you're going to try and do.
it's the one person making that shot ever, pretty
Yeah,
much.
for sure. So Nico faded off a little farther left than he wanted, but that was actually a pretty good drive.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can kind of go over the top and then get yourself in the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Looks like Nate couldn't decide which one he wanted to do. He's
yeah.
right in between.
I know, right? They did fight through pretty amazingly.
Yeah.
So he's got this upshot through all these trees and actually gets it down there pretty close to the basket. It was
Oh, yeah.
really,
Snuck in the left side.
Mhm.
Most people look through this tunnel right where you see Nico looking.
yeah. Or Paul. Oh, that's what you're saying, yeah.
They're just looking up the tunnel.
Mhm, yep. So that was Paul's second shot, hit a tree. Nico with his second. Oh, almost birdies
Oh,
it.
no, that was
oh,
the bird. Jeez, you're going to hurt your hand.
man, or that tree, one of the two.
Or the tree. I don't know. Those trees are
Yeah.
pretty tough.
So this is where Ricky finished on his drive, pretty much pin high.
Wow, that was a great drive.
Right? Yeah.
Is he going to get the birdie? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow, he almost
another
birdied
off the
13
top.
and 14 back to back. That's in the long incredible.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Paul saves a par.
That might, I don't know if anyone's gotten 13 and 14 back to back.
I doubt it, man.
On Disc Masters, we talked about Tony Tran doing it, but I don't
Uh-huh.
think he did them back to back.
That would be incredible.
I don't know though, I swear that was the story. He's a great player. And a great guy. Got my bag from him. Special deal. Thank you, Tony.
Nice, man.
Yep.
Nate taps in his par. Nico with his as well. And par frame on that one.
That's a great par frame.
Yeah. No shame in a par on the hole 14.
Not at all.
So that's going to be his hole 15, which is a pretty interesting hole. You got the canyon off to the left, so you really don't want something to fade out too much. And you kind of want to throw an ante that's going to flex back at the very end and kind of like scoot in around this tree towards the basket.
There's a high percentage of people who lose their first disc playing disc golf on this hole.
I can definitely see that. Get some noob hyzers out to the left.
Oh my gosh. Anheuser is like the first thing you gotta learn. And this hole is not a good place to practice.
Seriously. Paul's drive looks like he got a little high on him. It kind of fades out early. He's gonna have a putt, but it's pretty far. This hole's tough because you got to throw over the initial trees and then under the next set of trees.
Yeah.
It's really hard to make it drop at the right spot.
Absolutely. I think it's a really tricky shot.
Yeah. Nate with a good-looking pull, but again, I think it's a little too high.
This is a hole where you can get a really unfortunate 2-meter rule, hitting these trees above where Nate is,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
where you're just going for it,
Oh.
and you're just not quite low enough to sneak in.
Yeah. Looks like Paul's got about a 45-footer for 2. He's got to deal with these trees as well.
Wow, what a putt.
Oh my god.
World champ, back to back. That's how you do it.
Yep. Practice that putting, kids.
Yeah.
Nico to try and match Paul off the cage.
Oh, just kept rolling, but it looked like at least it was circling the basket.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere, thankfully.
That basket was shark infested.
Oh, Ricky off the chains for his 2.
That was rough.
And Nate comes back for
Ricky
his
almost
3.
had all of those 3.
You're right, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say he's playing pretty well
Yeah.
this round.
Ricky's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah. You know, I don't think it's too early to say that he's got a very good score. Let's just stop it there. But, you know, you're hanging with Macbeth.
Yep.
Who knows what's going to happen the next couple days.
Yeah, you're doing something right.
Of course, this course, anything can happen.
Absolutely.
Anything.
Up next, hole 16, 435. The pin's tucked on the right-hand side of the fairway in those trees, and it kind of drops off past the pin a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's probably about like 15 feet behind the pin you can use.
Yeah, yeah.
And Paul Macbeth has a textbook-looking drive, Ben.
Oh,
Get in.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
that's one way to play this hole.
almost
A lot,
aced it.
you know, that's probably the cleanest, shortest route to
I
the hole.
think you're right, yeah.
You can't really go right through that guardian tree, so you got to go around it.
So it looked like Ricky's trying to throw a hyzer flip, and it just didn't turn for him.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was trying Anheuser that the whole way.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's another route to get to it, but that's a tough one. Throw it that far and then have it fade right.
Yeah. Nico Castro with a really nice-looking drive as well.
Yeah, I like the first one.
Yep, fading in right towards the basket.
And Nate,
He's like, I can do that too. I got that.
Yeah, he's
It's like, I'm a world
he's been here
champion.
before, and he's a 3-time world champion himself.
Yeah, buddy.
Wait, how many world championships?
We got 5 on the card.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Between those two.
Yeah.
But
Nice up there from Ricky.
and Nico.
And that's Nico for birdie. Buries it. Nice putt. Paul has no problem matching that bird. And Nate's even closer, so I'm sure he's going to make it. Right?
Uh-oh.
It's Nate
The
Doss.
suspense.
It's Nate Doss. He doesn't miss
Kidding.
it.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me he's going to miss. He didn't miss it. You were just playing with me. Jeez.
Nate Doss doesn't miss 10-footers. And that was Rick tapping in his par. And
6 and 6.
yeah, right? All tied up. Pretty cool. Bringing us to hole 17. It's called the Lady or Gravity.
Mm-hmm.
The Lady because of this tree that's right behind the tee pad.
Yeah.
That looks interesting. Well, I'll stop there.
I don't know how to further comment on that.
And then
PG-13.
and then Gravity because it's a really fast green that's gonna roll down the hill for you. And Paul McBeth throwing a P2.
That's the route.
That is exactly what you want to do. You want to throw in between those two trees and have it skip towards the basket. And he's parked.
Yeah, because it's the way the hill slopes, it's hard to go around that tree to the right and still finish left.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Nico faded out a little too early. Kind of rolled down the hill a little bit. You'll see where he is in a little bit. And up next is Nate. Gotta imagine he's throwing a Nate Doss Challenger, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I like to go overstable putter here, at least slightly.
Yeah, Challengers are overstable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks like that one did fade out a little early for him.
Yeah,
And Rick's is going a little straight,
Yeah.
but actually finished straight. So,
Yeah.
It was a nice drive.
It finished okay, you know. It didn't take a hard right skip.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you stay on the slope of the hill, you've at least got a nice uphill putt. You really want to be close because, like putt like Nico's, that could have rolled down the hill.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of roots around there.
So
If you end up on your edge, you're in trouble.
Mhm.
Or at least you could be. Ha! Well played.
Yep. Takes a safe par.
Well, that
Yeah.
was the putt. I thought that was good.
Nah, yeah, he laid up. Had a tough look. But Paul tapped
Seven.
in that birdie,
Holy
and
cow.
Ricky made his birdie. And that's going to bring us to hole 18. And,
And has your shot.
yeah,
It's a very tough shot.
it is. You're throwing up,
Perilous green.
yep, uphill then downhill, and then you got hard pan, and this, they call it, Paul McBeth was telling me the route, they call it the anaconda.
It does kind of snake. Is
Yeah,
that kind of the
there's like
idea?
this root kind of guarding the green. It's probably like a foot tall off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't really slide it on the hard pan. And if you go over it, it's easy to go long. And there's cliffs all around the basket. Yeah, if you go long, the cliff is just unbelievably gnarly.
I heard someone talking about the danger zone the other day.
Yeah, I could believe it.
And,
Oh, it looks like Ricky hit a tree on his drive. Up next is Nico. Throws that Annie. Caught a tree. Nate Doss, and he was telling me he's throwing a Z Hawk.
wow.
Have you ever heard of that disc?
Yep,
I-
because I've seen the Nate Dawes in the back.
That's the first I've ever heard of it, and he's parked, man.
That's amazing.
Unreal shot.
You know, if I recall correctly, Nate's been throwing that for a long time.
I think so. They are out of production. So that was
Yeah.
a nice up from Nico and Ricky Wysocki's second shot right here.
Oh, what a lousy.
Skips it over. Skips
No,
it
that's
over
a
the
good
the roots. Ricky just walked into the room. He's trying to hide.
That's cool, Rick. Whatever.
Nate with a really nice birdie. And Rick, you're tapping in your par.
That's a death putt right there.
Yep.
Don't
That is
airball that
oh
thing.
my god, that is a super death putt. I saw Feldberg miss that a foot high and went like 80 feet down the cliff.
Oh my god, I've been down there a bunch of times.
It
And
is-
it's nasty. You get poison oak,
Yep.
and you might just slide down the hill.
Tough one.
Yep.
That Nate was a sick birdie on that hole.
Good, way to get back to even.
Right? Yeah.
It's not Nate's best.
Yeah, he's been having
at
some
all.
tough kicks, but he's still playing well.
Oh yeah.
He'll get back in it.
Even is 1,000 rated, they say on the long.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
if he keeps that up, that's 1,000 rated. But I mean, I guess Nate is, he's
Yeah.
like a 10, 30,
10, 7.
something. It's a big
Yeah,
rating.
he's up there. He's up there.
Yep, one of those ratings of my dreams.
Nate Doss's pull on 19. This is a nice, easy backhand hyzer, but
Oh,
you got him
that's-
as trees.
That's the shot.
Yeah, and he got through. Pretty good. He's going to have a birdie putt.
I see a lot of players try this hole for the first time and they're not sure what exactly is the line.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Paul went too wide there.
Yeah.
You could try to go backdoor, but it's so tough.
It really is. You end up hitting that clump of trees.
This looks like the shot too. If you oh no, too tight.
Yep.
You got to get in between that gap
Yeah.
and then be hyzering. And I think even you kind of need to skip most of the time.
Yeah, but then there's the road OB left if you skip too far.
That's right. You don't want a really, really hard finish. You want kind of a straight left finish.
Oh, there you go.
And that looked like he was flirting with OB.
Yeah, he skipped OB.
He went OB. Wow.
Yeah. Ricky's upshot hit a tree right there.
Ball with a, photogenic putt right here.
Right.
From way out.
I got the nice frame on this one.
Oh my gosh, that's a really far putt.
Woo! So he ended up going a little right, long, and Ricky has this to save par.
Oh, this is a tough putt.
It really is. He got that tree by the basket, making this a low ceiling. Oh, just kicks off the
I think
cage.
shot off the cage.
Yeah, it really did. And this is Nate for birdie.
Yeah, Nate. Oh!
Oh, a little too much DOS on
You
that
get
one.
stuck completely behind that bush.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh no, birdie to bogey.
Yeah, he has an interesting putt back there. Nico with a really nice 3 save after the OB stroke. And Nate has this for par. He's got to throw this.
Wow, he really did get all the way behind it.
Yeah, he did.
That's a tough
And
putt.
Paul's in pretty much the exact same spot.
Oh my gosh, same thing. Wow. Oh, that was close.
They both make it. Pretty impressive. And Rick tapping in the par.
Oh, he's going low ceiling there.
Yep. From the knee. Oh, sorry, Ricky. That was a bogey.
All right.
Yeah, yep. And that is going to bring us to hole 25. 399. I'd say it plays with about 550 feet of power to get to the pin.
10,000 feet.
600. I was thinking about this. Like, Paul Macbeth throws about, like 500, 550.
It's always tough to say because, you see different
Yeah.
winds and stuff.
I think you need about 600 feet to get to the pin reliably.
Oh, it's such a huge throw.
It is. It's a bomb. And Nate has a really nice looking drive. He skips up the hill. He's going to have a long birdie putt, but he's going to have it if he wants it. It's dangerous to run this pin because you can roll back down the hill if you can hit off the cage and take a nasty.
Yeah.
It's a fast green.
Oh, it's so rough.
Wait, did somebody like weed whack this hill, Ben?
I don't know anything about that.
Was that you?
Hey, I was trying to help the club get the course in good shape. Next thing I know,
You have a wicked
people are
fast
mad
green.
at me. It's a wicked fast green. Absolutely.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yep, we mowed it.
And Ricky Wysocki with his drive hangs out a little wide. It's fading in, trying to kill the people on 26. Woo!
That's a big shot.
Just
Watch
misses
out.
him. So that's where the basket is. That's where Ricky is, and this is his second shot. So he's just laying up for a nice easy par here.
Oh,
Oh, sit down.
wow. If only there'd been some more grass.
Oh my, yeah, seriously, huh?
That would have been. Rick's mad.
If Ben stops talking, it's because Ricky's choking him out.
Hey, Rick, let me get some of that Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Sounds good.
Nico for bird, off the pole, but it does stay up. And Nate has this for birdie. Looks like it's about a 45-footer. And really, really uphill and really dangerous to run.
Wow.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Huge
guts.
putt.
I guess
Huge
Nate wanted to
putt.
get under par.
Yeah, right? He's ready to do some work. And Paul's just inside the circle, amazingly, and has this for birdie. Oh, sit down. Oh, sit down.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my
Daylight
God.
again.
You got bend again right there, man.
No, I cannot. Can't put that on my head. Can't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Paul with a upshot on his third and taps in his bog. And Ricky got a bogey, and then Nate had
But
just...
look at that. Nate's under par. Sometimes
Might be the only birdie on
they
that
say
hole.
play it safe.
Yep.
Sometimes you make a shot like that.
Right? That's my homie Sean Jack right there.
That's Sean Jack?
Yeah, out of San
Well,
Francisco.
yeah.
Puts on the San Francisco Safari every year. Super cool dude.
Yeah, Sean Jack sponsored one of my videos
Oh, nice.
with the Santa Cruz disc golf team.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So Nate, after that ridiculous birdie, has the box on 26. This one's super, super uphill and dogleg right. And that looks good.
Wow. Oh, he had the line, though.
Yeah, he definitely had the line.
So tough. You got to shoot it uphill and then expect it to fade on just a very skinny line.
Oh, Nico hung it out a little
This
wide.
one's really rough. I
Oh.
mean, 25, people talk about how tough that one is, but this hole...
I've seen some nasty rollouts on this hole. So Paul Macbeth takes a different line with a T-bird, I'm pretty sure. Just throws it right at the pin.
It's a great idea because it's really a narrow gap off there to the right.
And
Yeah,
Ricky
that's a
takes the
shot.
Annie shot and just floats it in perfectly
Beautiful.
under the basket.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Unreal. So this is where the basket is, and this is where Nico kicked. So this is his second shot. And it looks like he's just laying up for a par. And this is Nate's second after the fortunate tree hit. Gets pretty close. And Paul has his look for birdie. For a pretty sick drive. Pro'd it right in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was his signature AVR, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, indeed. Nico saving par. Finally gonna let Ricky putt.
Fine.
Nice drive, Rick. He's
Not as good as that cinnamon toast smell.
And there's Nate tapping in that par. And Paul and Ricky with some really nice birdies, hanging at 7 and 6. And Nico and Nate are hanging around as well, under par. Always good at Daylaw. Not an easy thing to do.
No.
And that's going to bring us to hole 26A, 354 dead straight. There's a canyon off to the left. There's a canyon off to the right. This hole almost favors a forehand the way it finished. It's got a little...
You've got a little pocket to the right.
Yeah,
that you can
off-
fade out in.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times a lot of wind on this hole,
Mm-hmm.
and you really just want to get to that safe zone.
Yeah.
So it does favor the right hand or the forehand.
But not bad. Paul had a really nice drive right there. Hit that bush though. Came up about it's about 20, 25 feet short of the basket.
Yeah, I mean, if you could throw a shot like Paul's or Rick's where it doesn't fade hard left at the end,
Yeah, absolutely.
that gives you a chance to get out there and get a putt on a really tough hole.
Yep. Nate throwing that TI buzz on a really nice line. Just maybe a touch too much turn, but he's pin high. I think he might be CTP actually.
Yeah.
So far anyway. See if Nico can best him.
So this hole slopes off on both the left and the right side.
Yeah, really
so
tough.
It's not just that there's a safe zone, but the rough is with hills on each
Yeah,
side.
absolutely.
You get a big number really quick.
It's dangerous out there. So Paul Macbeth from the bush for birdie.
Woo.
And he bangs another difficult putt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Paul's a pretty incredible putter.
he really is. So Ricky from just in front of the bush for his birdie.
Oh.
Off the chains.
Man, it was a rough spit out.
Yeah. Nico to try and match Paul.
Good putt.
Yeah, real solid. And
They all straddled that one.
the mountain bikers stopped to watch Doss putt. And you can see him up there to the
That's
right.
actually something you get a lot playing
Yeah,
Daylaw.
yeah,
A lot
kinda.
of mountain bikers take that trail.
Yeah, kind of cool.
And
So
then you get people that they don't know where they are.
Yeah,
when they get there.
yeah, totally.
We're trying to play.
but
Oh, sorry. So
Paul and Nate with the birds, and hole 27, 550. Top of the world, man.
Whew, it's a beautiful hole.
Look at that view.
Yeah.
I think I threw in a little panorama right here. Oh yeah, look at this. Out of the
Nice.
Santa Cruz Bay, is what they call it? Monterey Bay.
Monterey Bay,
Monterey Bay.
Santa Cruz, California.
Yeah. Off in the distance.
We're kind of the north end of the bay.
Yeah. There's the basket way down there.
Here's Macbeth throwing the forehand.
Yeah. A lot of different shots on this hole, actually, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, one of the great things about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to get the birdie.
Yeah,
Big forehand shot's one of them, but it's a long ways to that
It is.
long pin.
Oh, whoa! Took a nasty kick off to the right. Did you
Did
see
that
that?
just roll into
He
Six's
hit like a
fairway?
yeah. It took a rock or something and kicked over to Six's fairway. Just
Yeah.
really mean.
You wouldn't think you'd get Daylaw on a hole that's got a huge wide open
I
fairway.
know, right?
Well,
So Nate just
there you go.
throws a beautiful shot.
That is nice.
He took a kind of a tighter hyzer line with the mid range. Really cool shot. Nico just going straight at the basket. Gets to flip flat and just goes a little too much turn.
Got a little bit right.
Yeah, just a
But
little bit short.
Still a great place to be.
Yeah,
Rick with the forehand.
Kid has a
Might
forehand.
have the distance.
Ooh.
Oh, a little short.
Yep, just a little bit short.
It's rolling and he's putting.
Yeah, absolutely. So the
Paul has to go around the back end of this. Wow, that was a huge roll.
it wasn't it, and
Oh, he cut it tight.
he's stuck in that tree. 2-meter stroke. Yeah.
With such a good round going too.
I know, right? Oh, it's brutal. Oh, Nico
Oh,
almost
Nico.
floated that one in with the low
Oh,
ceiling.
ouch. That
Yeah.
just hurts to look at.
I know, man.
But Nico has had just terrible luck on putting.
Ricky just
Wow.
high. It was sick.
But at least it hit metal.
Yeah, right. Stayed.
That could have gone out of bounds.
True, true. Oh, Paul Macbeth trying to save 4 just clanks off.
Nate's got a long one here for Bird to finish. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Santa Cruz.
Nice way to finish, Mr. Doss. Really nice work there.
Yeah, Nate's been making people proud for a long time. It's
Yeah.
really cool to see him still competing at that high
Yeah.
level.
Really nice guy too, man. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
one of the best.
Gent.
So,
There's Rick tapping his par. Paul is coming in tapping his 5. And Nico tapping his par. No worries there. All right, that's how they
tough luck
finished.
on Paul, but
I know,
6
right?
and 6.
Yeah.
You can't be ashamed of those
Yep,
rounds.
no shame at all. And yeah.
3 and a 3. Nate really fought back there at the end.
Yeah, he really did. That's some
Man, he
did
was
some work
over
on some
par
tough
until,
holes. Yeah.
What, 6 holes left or something? He finished 4 under for this last.
Yeah, something like that. Really impressive.
Great round.
But that's all we got for round 1. We will catch you guys tomorrow for round 2. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.